Hey everyone, this is the start of a new video series in which we're going to be looking at issues that are on last call, otherwise known as FOC or Final Order Cutoff. So we're going to be looking at some books that I think sound interesting, things that I don't think that you should sleep on. And this really comes from some of the Image books that have recently just blown up out of nowhere and people can't really get their hands on them. So I'll let you know what I think about some of these books that are coming out, whether or not I'm going to pick them up or not. And then, hey, maybe you will be able to not miss out on some of these books as well. All right, so today we're looking at the final order cutoff for February 23rd. What that usually means is you need to put in your order with your local shop the day before. So for me, my shop, cuts things off Sunday around midday. So I try to go ahead and have everything in my cart and make that purchase before that time. Your store might be different. Just give them a call and ask them if you're not sure. All right, so first up from Ignition Press, we have Arcadia, number 4. We've talked about this book a lot in our new comic book day pickups, but this is a really, really cool story, and really anything coming out of Ignition Press right now has been really great. But it is, talking about how humanity has vanished, and there is a new artificial life form that exists. And this is really just a self-discovery story. It's super interesting. Definitely don't miss out on this one. Then we have Bleeding Hearts 1 second printing. I know there's a lot of people who missed out on this title. It's one of the first issues coming with DC Vertigo, which is, they've kind of kicked this back up after quite a while. This story is really fun. It takes place 10 years after the fall of humanity, and you're following a specific zombie who all of a sudden has their heart start beating again. And so, what in the world is that going to mean? This one also comes to us from Dennis Camp, who is the writer of Martian Manhunter. So, definitely check this one out if you're able to pick it up. All right, then we have a new story from Oni Press, which is called Dead Teenagers. Now, this is the first in the series, but there's only going to be 5 of them. So keep that in mind if you're someone who likes to read something that has more of a longer ongoing story. But this one sounds super, super cool because it follows a group of teenagers who have been reliving their prom night since 1997. And the trick here is that they get killed at the end of every night until now. They all of a sudden are out of this loop, and what they find on the other side of reliving this over and over again is very interesting, apparently. So this one looks pretty cool. All right, one of the biggest issues on this list is going to be Diorc number 1. This is the 3rd printing. So number 2 is not even out. They've said that this is a emergency 3rd printing. I would pick this one up no matter what. It's a really, really fun story that follows someone who is a half orc and half dwarf. They find themselves in the middle of a war and come to find out that they are fated to bring on the end of the world or something like that. And he also has a talking shield. This one was super fun. I don't think that it was as good as what the hype lets it out to be, but it is going to be a good read no matter what. There's something in this one for everyone. I wouldn't miss this one. If you can afford picking this one up, definitely do it. All right, and then we have End of Life, number 2. This is another DC Vertigo title. It follows a professional hitman who robs someone that he shouldn't have, someone who is way more powerful than him. And so he has to go into hiding in, I believe, his hometown, which is somewhere in the Midwest. This is very much like an 80s or 90s action type of story. It has a lot of, cheesy dialogue, a lot of coarse language, a lot of violence. And so you're really just following this over-the-top hitman who is all of a sudden back in this Midwest town. It's fun, and checking out these DC Vertigo titles after it's come back out has been really cool. Next up, we have one that really shouldn't surprise anyone, Exquisite Corpses number 11. Won't say too much about this one just because it's a well-known title. You shouldn't have much of an issue picking it up, but it's on final order cutoff. Then we have another somewhat new series from Ignition Press. It's called Extraction Beginnings. Now, Extraction is a film or a series of films on Netflix. There's been 2 of them so far. They have a new one that's going to be coming out, I think, next year. And so this is a series that is coming out ahead of that. and it looks at the beginnings of the main character, who is Tyler Rake. So if you're interested in the Netflix show, you might want to pick this one up. I've never seen it, but yeah, could be cool. And then another series that really doesn't need any introduction, but we have Geiger 22 coming to us from Image Comics and the team at Ghost Machine. I love Geiger. It's what got me back into comics last year, and you should definitely be picking this one up. Then we have another familiar title, which is Battle Beast. Number 7 is coming out. This is really starting back up for the first time this year. It went on hiatus or break or something like that last year. This one's super fun. I know nothing about the Invincible universe outside of what my son tells me. I haven't even watched the shows, but even not knowing much at all, I was very, very much able to enjoy this series. And so it's cool. If you're interested, definitely pick this one up. I don't think you should have any issues getting a copy of this. There's tons of cool variants. And in fact, this issue number 7 will have a Todd McFarlane variant, which is a pretty cool thing. So grab that if you're interested. All right, we have another new series from Boom Studios. It's called Neighborhood Watch. This one is a murder mystery. It takes a look at 2 neighborhoods that are next to each other. They're gated communities. They're a little bit different from each other, and they end up finding, I believe, a dead body in a tunnel that connects the 2 communities. I'm not really sure if this one is going to be good or not. I like the way that it sounds, but I'm not sure if it's like a murder mystery that follows like 2 groups of neighborhood like homeowners associations. So it could be kind of, cheesy, maybe not that great, but who knows? Boom Studios has some good stuff coming out. So there's that one. All right. Next up, we have a title that I think could very well be one of those issues where it's a very low print run. A lot of people are going to like it, and it's just going to come out of nowhere. So this is coming to us from Titan Publishing, and it's called Henchmen. This is number 1. It's a new series. I think the print run is going to be really small. It follows the story of, what if a supervillain organization was less like James Bond and more like a Walmart corporate office. So it's a really cool premise. It's really 50-50. Like, it could be really great and come out of nowhere, or it could just be whatever. When it comes to a lot of these indie comic titles, that's kind of what you're doing. You're playing the 50-50 lotto game. I think it sounds super interesting, so I'm going to pick it up no matter what. And if it is good, this is one that will definitely be something that a lot of people miss out on. And it's probably the top one on this list that could be in that category. All right, then we have Save Now, number 4 from Bad Idea. This is a super, super cool series. It's only on number 4. It's a good time to jump in. Might be a little hard to find 1 through 3. I'm not too sure, but it follows a superhero who can go back in time and kind of do a time reversal thing. Everyone else gets that reset, but he has to live through that time. So if he goes back 3 years, he has to live through 3 years. So he is the one that's aging while everyone else, gets a freebie. It's a really cool idea. He's faced with the end of the world, and he basically has to decide if he's going to keep going back in time to reverse what's happening. It's a really cool story. I would definitely check it out if you can. Next up, another title that really just kind of blew everyone away. It sold out instantly, is White Sky. So this is number 1, but it's going to be the second printing. Comes to us from Image Comics. I am very, very hyped for this one. I loved the first issue. Can't really tell if it's going to be, a great ongoing series just from that first one, but I like the premise. It follows a father and daughter as they are faced with the end of the world, essentially. And this time, instead of there being, zombies, something like that, they are dealing with ghosts. And so super interesting setup here. I really, really am loving this one and can't wait to see more. All right, well, that's all I've got for you this week. I really hope that you like this video series. I hope that we can, really inform some people on some of the books that you should be picking up that we think are going to be excited. I'm going to try to do this every week, and I really want to get this out, at the latest on Fridays every week, so you have a few days to make your decisions if you choose to pick some of these up. So let me know what you think in the comments. Is this something that's interesting to you? Is it a help? And yeah, thanks a lot.